So I kind of want to give my thoughts on MW3 Zombies. I've actually tried to stay away from this. I don't know if you guys have been able to tell, but I've done a few story videos on this game from what we know so far, a gameplay video. What I haven't done and what I would usually do is give my thoughts and opinions as well. Not just in a separate video, but in my regular content I'd usually just, for a minute or two, talk about how I feel about what we're seeing. I haven't done this with MW3 Zombies until this point, because one, I wanted to actually wait until we saw gameplay, which we have, although I knew in the back of my mind what to expect anyway, because we'd been told by Treyarch themselves what we were going to be getting. It's kind of like me judging a movie before we'd actually seen the trailer, just based off what we were told about it. And that's what a trailer is for, to entice you to see it. And now we've had that. Have Treyarch enticed me to want to play and buy Modern Warfare 3 Zombies? And the answer is no, but not for the reason you might think. Seeing the trailer, seeing the gameplay, and having Treyarch tell us all of these additional details about the mode hasn't made me want to get MW3 Zombies or play it, because I was intrigued anyway as soon as I heard that Zombies was in this year's COD. But at the same time, where this differs to other years, even Vanguard, bear in mind that we didn't know what Vanguard Zombies would turn out to be before we got to play it ourselves on the release date. Even the trailers for Vanguard Zombies got me excited. The trailers for Cold War did, the trailers for BO4, BO3, etc. I'll be honest, seeing the gameplay and trailers for MW3 Zombies hasn't got me excited at all, really. But at the same time, I'm also not mad, I'm not really disappointed, and I'm not looking at it and saying, this looks awful, I hate this, I don't want to play it, because I do, but not for the reason that I usually want to play a video game. And I think this time around, what Treyarch have done right to a certain extent that they didn't do right with Vanguard Zombies is they've set expectations and explained pretty much exactly what MW3 Zombies is going to be. They told us a month ago that this wasn't round-based zombies, and that it was, well, what we see here. An open world zombies. Okay, them themselves haven't exactly described it as being Outbreak/DMZ, which we all know is what it is. But unlike Vanguard Zombies, where they told us, this year you're getting COD Zombies, and whenever you say that to someone, you expect round-based or something that's very close in resemblance, which we didn't get on day one for Vanguard. This time around, they kind of haven't done that. They haven't said you're getting COD Zombies this year. Well, they did, but what they said straight after was it's an open world, it's a different experience. And because of them clarifying that from the beginning, as soon as Zombies was announced, it didn't get me excited, but at the same time, it didn't leave any room for me to be disappointed. I'm not saying, oh, I don't want this, but I'm also not really bothered either, which isn't like me. As a massive Zombies fan, I know it sounds cringe, but I generally do get really excited for Call of Duty Zombies. I remember for Cold War, before the game released, all of the theories that I was having in my head for the storyline, all of the ideas. I'm not having any of that for MW3 Zombies, and I think that's just because of the expectations that they've set and the expectations that I've set for myself based off the zombies that we've had over the past couple of years. Vanguard and Cold War to extent, especially when it came to Outbreak, which I didn't like. If this is Outbreak/DMZ, then I know I'm just not going to like the gameplay, not talking about the story, as much as I usually would, and the gameplay that we've just seen confirms that, so I can set expectations. The type of game I like to play, I don't play DMZ. I never liked it from the start. I stopped playing Warzone about a year after it released. I never really loved Outbreak, because this is a mixture of all of those, not traditional zombies. It's just not for me. And it's also, from what we've been told, how this mode is catered more towards co-op, 24 players, not solo. A lot of solo players prefer round-based more than Outbreak, and just hearing that MW3 Zombies is catered more towards a co-op experience is, I guess, disappointing, because I like to play zombies solo so I can have control of my own game. I just don't like multiplayer games in general, to be honest, anymore. At the same time, and it's not just MW3 Zombies, this is how Zombies has been for a few years now, Treyarch are neglecting a huge portion of the Zombies community, which is not even the round-based players, but solo players. MW3 Zombies is meant to be played co-op, you can play solo. Vanguard Zombies, if you think of that in the beginning, Duran Fang was a mixture of round-based/Outbreak, how that game mode worked, before the community got pissed off and Treyarch ended up reverting. You could tell that they were going for more of a co-op experience, adding a sprinkle of the Outbreak type objective into it, and then going back to where this all started with Cold War, Outbreak was more of a multiplayer experience meant for more than one person. As a solo player, it just didn't feel fun to me. It was too slow. The maps were too big, which would be fine if they felt like there was a lot to do, but as just one player on the map, Outbreak for me didn't work. It's meant for 4 players, whereas round-based zombies, because the maps are so small and tight, are perfect for solo players. Outbreak isn't. Vanguard Zombies at the start is, but you could tell Treyarch wanted the more co-op experience, and MW3 Zombies is more for co-op again. It just feels like Treyarch are neglecting the solo zombies players, which goes hand in hand with round-based zombies players. It's almost like they've changed their direction in a few years, which is totally fine, especially this year. I'm not too bothered, to be honest, because they've said from the start this is something different, which I think is great if you love Outbreak or if you love DMZ. If you're a multiplayer person, if you love either of those modes, if you love Warzone, even if you like multiplayer, I think you're really going to like this. But if you like traditional zombies, it's just not really made for you. That doesn't mean it's bad. That doesn't mean if you prefer the old style, you're not going to like it. I just don't think it's catered towards that player. And this is where the problem I have with this comes into play, because zombies used to be its own unique mode. I saw a comment on Twitter yesterday, I can't remember who it was from, but they described COD Zombies as being one of gaming's most unique innovations, only to become something that's now a completely soulless experience that's been integrated into multiplayer. And that's evident more than ever just looking at the trailer. If you look at scenes like this is supposed to be a zombies trailer, yet this looks like a scene that you would see in the multiplayer. I could show you 20 screenshots like this from the trailer. If you didn't know this was zombies, you'd think this was multiplayer, and that's what Zombies has lost. It's gone from being, it might be an exaggeration, but if not one of gaming's most unique innovations, it was definitely one of Call of Duty's most unique innovations, to now being turned into something that's just integrated into multiplayer. It's become a part of multiplayer. It's not its own thing anymore. It's not cool. This is multiplayer with zombies. It's got nothing of its own. It used to have its own special features, whereas now a lot of its features are multiplayer features. The map is the Warzone map, no unique zombies maps. The armor system from Warzone is now in zombies, not to mention operators and skins and microtransactions, no unique zombies characters. I mean, the storyline is the prime example, having multiplayer characters such as Weaver, even though I actually like him in zombies now. Back in the day when zombies started, what made it big was all of its unique characters. You couldn't imagine Weaver being a zombies character back during Black Ops 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I know the campaign was mixed into zombies, but he wouldn't be a main character in the zombie story. No way back in the day would you see, like we saw in Cold War, Woods just drinking a perk can. Yeah, it's cool to see it first, but it kind of lost its, well, not magic because it never had that in the first place, but it lost its, oh yeah, Woods and zombies, that's cool. That went very quickly. And now seeing the MW3 Zombies trailer with Soap, Laswell, these are campaign and multiplayer characters. Where is the uniqueness of zombies gone? To emphasize this even more, I popped into Milo's livestream for 10 minutes the other day to see what everyone else's reaction was, and he said this perfectly. The Treyarch developers in the livestream, Kevin, Drew, and I can't remember who the other person was, were describing the Wonder Weapon. When have you ever played Call of Duty Zombies in the past, and Treyarch have told you before the game's released not only what the Wonder Weapon's called, but also what it does. The Wonder Weapon in Zombies has always been a secret, the Apothecon Servant, the bows in Der Eisendrache, even Cold War and Vanguard, okay. But the Wonder Weapon's always a surprise. Treyarch never tell you anything about it, they wait for you to get in game, yet in the live stream yesterday they're telling you everything. That's a prime example to me that Zombies has lost its secretiveness, is that a word? And that Zombies' secretiveness was a part of what made it special. Like, you don't have to tell us everything. I'm gonna say something. No, don't say it, Eli. There's something I want to say. I really don't want to say it. I think I'm gonna leave that one out. I'll just say a lot of developers have left Treyarch. Some new people have come in, some people have been promoted, and at that same time, I don't think it's a coincidence that we've seen a shift in this game mode. I'm not saying the people in charge now don't know anything about zombies. They do, and a lot of people that are there now have been there since the beginning. They're still there. And as new people come in and as new people are promoted, they want to implement their new ideas compared to the old guys, the old developers that have gone now, which is fine. But at that same time, it feels like they're almost forgetting the core fan base that have made this big, or not even that, but the core features of what made zombies what it is. I can tell you now, if MW3 Zombies replaced World at War, if what we are getting now in Call of Duty Zombies was the start of it, if this was our first Zombies experience, let's say for example our first 3 Zombies games were Cold War Zombies, Vanguard Zombies and MW3 Zombies instead of World at War Zombies, Black Ops 1 Zombies and Black Ops 2, do you think Zombies would be anywhere near as big as it is now if we got these 3 games as our first Zombies experiences instead of World at War, BO1 and BO2? Not a chance. These changes that they've made to it over the past few years are absolutely fine. If you remember what Zombies is at the same time, what made it big, what made it what it is, because what made it this was its uniqueness, was its difference. Now it's becoming the same as everything else, the same as multiplayer, the same as campaign. It's becoming the same as Warzone. The main story in MW3 Zombies is being told through what is essentially campaign missions instead of a main Easter egg. The gameplay features such as the armor system is Warzone. The characters are multiplayer characters or campaign characters. It's the Warzone map. There's nothing Zombies about this. It doesn't have that magic anymore. It's lost that, and it's lost it for quite a while now, to be honest. A tweet that kind of made me laugh was this from Treyarch, where they tweeted, "Play at your own pace. Modern Warfare Zombies open world experiences are perfect for newcomers and our returning fans who'll be right at home with core Zombies features. Pack-a-Punch, Perca-Colas, Wonder Weapons, wall buys." I was thinking, why are you telling me about basic Zombies features that are in every single Zombies game? Is that what Zombies has become, that it's lost so much of what made it unique and special? Has it lost that much of its integrity that you're now having to describe its basic features in order to promote it? Like, how is telling me it's going to have PAP, perks, Wonder Weapon and wall buys supposed to entice me to want to play this? Of course it's going to have them. What? Like I said, I didn't want to make this video because I'm actually interested, not excited. I don't want to get the two mixed up, but I think it's because Zombies has been like this for what feels a while now, a few years, a few games, that I'm not surprised anymore or annoyed at what we're getting from COD Zombies. I've accepted it and I'm like, okay, I'm interested to try this. Treyarch have explained perfectly well what we're going to be getting, so your expectations have been set, but at the same time, it's still Call of Duty Zombies. It's not a bonus mode. I need to get this clear. This is not a bonus game mode. This is Call of Duty Zombies. When you think of that, there is a certain expectation that you have from it. Modern Warfare 3 Zombies doesn't have DMZ. It doesn't have Spec Ops. The third game mode in this game is Zombies. This is not a bonus. This is a part of the game. Zombies in Modern Warfare 3 is a reason why people are going to buy it. This is not a side mode. Treyarch haven't described this as a side mode. They've said this is Modern Warfare Zombies. You can see it right here. There is a certain expectation you have when it comes to Call of Duty Zombies. It doesn't matter which developer it is. Okay, maybe the expectations are a little bit low with Infinity Ward Zombies and Sledgehammer Zombies. Treyarch's are higher, and that kind of makes this even worse because this is Treyarch Zombies. But forgetting all of that, this is Modern Warfare Zombies, and with that there's a certain expectation. Treyarch haven't come out and said this is catered towards newer players. If you're saying this is Zombies, the older players that have been playing it for a long time have built up an expectation over the years of what COD Zombies should be. If this was Spec Ops, fine, we've only had it a few times, there isn't really a big fan base, but Zombies is totally different. It is held to such a high regard, and if that isn't being met by everyone, not just new players who may like it, older players as well, then it's going to get shit on, and rightfully so. You can't just cater a game towards new players and then forget your old players and then expect everybody to just play it and like it. So, yeah. I didn't want to give my opinions because, even though it might have sounded like it, I'm not disappointed because I knew exactly what we were going to be getting. I'm actually fine with Zombies in Modern Warfare 3, I'm just not fine with what they've done to Zombies or where it's gone. I'm not fine with how it's lost, well, what made it special, its uniqueness. I'm not fine with how it's lost itself, if that makes sense.